We gather here to say thank you. We gather here to remember you, to remember your sacrifices. We gather here to remember what you meant to us. But most importantly, we gather here to remember why you are no longer with us and what it was that made you willing to lay down your lives. We offer our thanks for so many things, but primarily for the freedoms that we Americans hold dear and continue to enjoy. Our great nation remains the cradle of liberty because you all, as President Abraham Lincoln stated, gave the last full measure of devotion. You answered your nation's call in a time of conflict and fought to preserve a way of life or free the oppressed. You brought hope to the hopeless as your lines advanced. You stood up for the ideals that make our nation a beacon of liberty and hope throughout the world. You gave your lives so that others could live theirs. Jesus of Nazareth is quoted in the book of John as saying, "No greater love hath no man than this, that he lay down his life for his friends." You have personified that love, and for that we thank you. You were sons and daughters, fathers and mothers, brothers and sisters, and friends to so many. You left the safety of home and your own country to fight for others who could not fight for themselves. You were called to your particular struggle through a sense of patriotism, a quest for valor, or maybe even a telegram requesting your service. But you answered that call to arms willingly, quickly discovering that the famous World War II correspondent Ernie Pyle was correct when he stated, "War isn't romantic to the people in it." But yet you fought on. Today we gather here to remember you, but most importantly, to remember why you're no longer with us. Looking over this hallowed ground, we are reminded of the cost of freedom, a cost that each of you paid in full. A cost paid on hundreds of battlefields throughout the history of our great nation. Some of you fought and died to see a nation born with ideals of liberty and justice for all. Many others fought and died to remind us that the ideals on which our nation was formed truly applied to all men, and that our great nation would not be torn apart. Still others of you fought and died to save the world from tyranny and oppression in two cataclysmic world wars. Many more of you have recently laid down your lives to deny communist aggression or brutal dictators from enslaving a people. And finally, our most recent comrades have given their lives to prevent radical terrorists from attacking the very ideals of freedom and liberty that our country was founded on. While you all came from different eras, generations, classes, walks of life, races, religions, and backgrounds, the common ground that you share is here before us, the hallowed ground of a cemetery. You found your way to this place of honor, and so many others like it all across the world, from places like Bunker Hill in New Orleans, from Gettysburg and Vicksburg, from Little Bighorn and San Juan Hill, from Cantigny and Meuse-Argonne, from Kasserine, Normandy, Midway and Okinawa, from Inchon and the Chosin Reservoir, from the Adrang Valley and Khe Sanh, from Grenada and Panama, from Kuwait City and Mogadishu, and from Mazar-e Sharif and Baghdad. At these places, and so many countless others, large and small, you breathed your last breath, you fought the enemies of our nation, and you laid down your lives for your buddies. We here today remember your sacrifices. And we remember that while freedom is not free, sometimes the cost must be paid. To you who rest here today, we say thank you for paying that cost so that each of us could live free in the greatest nation on earth. Today we honor your memories and your sacrifices and count our blessings to be able to live in liberty. Thank you, my friends. You have given us the living gift and a debt that we can never repay.